Pakistan-Taliban tie-up has been exposed once again. This time, the spokesperson of the Pakistan Army has openly expressed their support to the Taliban. He is saying that the Pakistani Army is more than willing to train Taliban terrorists. Pakistan Army is now ready to train terrorists and say they will be more than forthcoming to assist the Taliban with anything they want. Listen in to this comment.
As far as the Taliban, you said Taliban military delegation, well, they have to form a government first, and obviously whenever they come up with an answer to how they are going to look after their security, if they seek any kind of assistance in training from Pakistan, Pakistan will be more than forthcoming. We were forthcoming even before, and we will be forthcoming even after that. But it has to be a government-to-government level thing. It can't be can't be the military's decision to engage. As far as the Taliban, you said Taliban military delegation, well, they have to form a government first, and obviously whenever they come up with an answer to how they are going to look after their security, if they seek any kind of assistance in training from Pakistan, Pakistan will be more than forthcoming. We were forthcoming even before, and we will be forthcoming even after that. But it has to be a government-to-government level thing. It can't be can't be the military's decision to engage on its own.
That was the DG ISPR who very openly said that the Pakistan Army is willing to train and assist Taliban terrorists, and he said that this will be a government-to-government exercise. But the admission coming on camera, DG ISPR, the official spokesperson of the Pakistan Army, saying that they are more than ready, more than willing and forthcoming to train and assist Taliban terrorists with anything they want. It could be military, it could be intelligence. We will have Gursimran joining us live right now as we get you this breaking news. Gursimran, it was never a secret, and now the Pakistan Army is going on record to say that they are hand in glove with the Taliban, isn't it?
Indeed, the Pakistan stands exposed now because it has now become a state policy of Pakistan to train and to sponsor terrorists, be it in any part of the world. We have seen earlier how Taliban fighters, we have many a time seen ministers of Imran Khan cabinet, they have been openly saying that there have been Talibani fighters who were trained in our land and they were sent to Afghanistan. They come here sometimes or the other. But now the important thing is that Pakistan is admitting it openly. Now the cat is out of the box, and even the world knows, because Pakistan, what exactly they feel is that with Taliban taking over Afghanistan, they have got some kind of a strategic depth. But the reality is that Taliban is not loyal to any of its godfathers, the so-called godfathers. So if Pakistan feels that with Taliban taking over Afghanistan, they have got some kind of strategic depth, it is just their illusion, and they are living in fool's paradise. Because when there will be a Sharia law in Afghanistan, the voice will also rise in Pakistan. So that will also lead Pakistan to destruction, and Taliban will eat it like it has done with the Afghans as well. So, but the admission that is coming from the DG ISPR spokesperson, Babar Iftikhar, this shows that Pakistan has now made its the policy of the state, the policy of Pakistani government, that no matter which terror outfit it is, we will give them training, we will give them shelter, because it is not a hidden secret that the Al-Qaeda chief and those who were responsible for 26/11, they were gunned down in Pakistan by the US. So this is open, but now Pakistan is trying to appease Taliban. They are of the view that if we can please Taliban, we will be like a world power in the South Asia. But the reality is that they have just become a terror hub, and now they are trying to exaggerate, and they are trying to expand their terror shelters to Afghanistan as well.
Yes,
Gursimran,
I would like to interrupt you for a bit, because we are joined by Colonel Rohit Dev right now, because it's a very big breaking news that we are getting, Colonel Rohit Dev, on how the DG ISPR, the official spokesperson of the Pakistan Army, is going on record to say that they are ready to aid, train and assist Taliban in whatever way they could. Your first response on that?
Hi, good evening. I think this ongoing confession from the Pakistanis is, not music to my ears, but it is something like an exposure, a self-confession by the Pakistanis. and they must pay for it now. So let me take you back to General Pervez Musharraf, who's lying on a bed in London today. That person openly said that they created the Mujahideen and the Taliban that time. That was confession one. When the US is pulling out with the maximum resources being pumped up into Afghanistan with their hardware, their money and everything else, so Pakistan has utilized the opportunity, and I dare say they may be the conduit for doing so. And the ISI has become super active in giving all kind of support to Taliban. I will be not surprised if the attack on Kabul airport was also orchestrated with that nature only. And Pakistan wants to send a message that we are your best friend. Having said that, the problem is that Pakistan will now be taken to the cleaners, and I hope they are taken because they are violating all norms of world peace and stability. They have now confessed to be a terrorist country backing terrorists, which are recognized terrorists. They have shielded terrorists. They have shielded Osama bin Laden earlier. And FATF needs to take cognizance of the evidence which we are producing on Republic today on live channel. This has to be dossiered by the MEA and taken to the UN in the next 10-15 days as a case in point to make sure that FATF does not give a green signal hereafter, and they are blacklisted. The second part which we should be concerned about now is that the plethora of weapon systems and ammunition and small arms, 600,000 is the quantity of small arms lying in Afghanistan. They don't have an army even half that size today. All of this may find its way into Pakistan and land up on our borders. We are adequately prepared. We'll send them on some route to hell in any which case. But then that is something which, as a strategic partner, we have to impress upon the United States of America now, that you have created a method in which the AFPAC region along the Durand line will become volatile.
Yes.
And it will also create a lot of contingencies against India. So that also needs to be spoken on the strategic level, and I'm quite sure our government will take it up in the right earnest. So as just a positive note, it's a welcome sign actually, that the Pakistanis have confessed to being a terrorist state, and the world should now take notice. And I'm quite sure India is not going to miss this opportunity and the bus to put them under a lot of scrutiny and sanctions hereafter. So let's join hands together, and I'm happy that your channel is reporting this. Let's see what more can be done.
Yes.
So I think Pakistan is in a big spot now. Let's utilize to expose it further.